Okay, so obviously this is going to be a fairly interesting take to a lot of players, but there's a very real possibility that the F-22 Raptor will be DOA or dead on arrival. So if you guys are not too familiar, it seems that Gaijin's big plan for the arrival of 5th generation aircraft, especially the F-22, Su-57, and J-20, is going to be not giving them modern air-to-air missiles. This isn't necessarily that big of a deal. Obviously, I don't necessarily think the Raptor needs to receive the most modern air-to-air missiles right away. I think it's very likely we see the F-22 arrive with the AIM-120Ds and the AIM-9M. The issue is that if Gaijin's just to throw Eurofighters things like the Meteor missile and Iris-T missiles and other aircraft have the AIM-9X and maybe, AIM-120, more modern AIM-120s, there's going to be an issue if Gaijin doesn't model stealth correctly. If Gaijin models stealth correctly, this video is pointless. F-22 should be just fine. But if they do not, if they make stealth not be crazy effective against aircraft's radars, and depending on how good the Meteor missile and how other missiles are, the F-22 very easily could be DOA. This is an aircraft that doesn't carry an absurd amount of air-to-air missiles like the Super Hornet or the Eurofighter. It does rely on stealth IRL. Also, IRL, it does carry, more state-of-the-art missiles for the newer variants. But Gaijin seems to, only want to be adding older weapon systems on the first batch of 5th gens, and I'm perfectly okay with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here petitioning to give the F-22 the AIM-9X right away. But if Gaijin doesn't nail the stealth aspects of the F-22, why would it be good in the game? Obviously, the aircraft's hyper-maneuverable. It's a very maneuverable aircraft. But obviously, so is things like the Super Hornet, and you don't really ever get into a spot in War Thunder where that's very relevant. The most relevancy for that point, the ability to point your nose is when you're trying to get HOB or high off boresight missile shots. That's not going to be relevant for the F-22 if it doesn't receive the AIM-9X. Now, personally, I think the way moving forward for this for Gaijin is to continue with what they're doing. Give the Eurofighter and the Super Hornets and other 4.5 generation fighters access to good and really good modern IR and active radar homing air-to-air missiles. But when the Raptor and J-20 and Su-57 arrive into the game, make sure the stealth is good. It shouldn't be where the aircraft is, guaranteed to be amazing, but it should be comparable. Obviously, I'm not saying that they need to make it to where the Raptor is going to dominate ARB, but they do need to make sure that the aircraft's actually playable in ARB. Right now, ARB is literally just, climb up, spam off a bunch of air-to-air missiles, and the F-22 isn't going to necessarily shine in that if it doesn't get if it doesn't get good air-to-air missiles. And obviously, Gaijin could completely butcher modeling things like the Meteor. It really just depends on what happens. I'm just kind of like, it's a real possibility that the F-22 isn't as good as everyone has said. For a long time, players have just imagined that the Raptor will be added to the game with the most modern air-to-air weaponry. It will not be. I would be shocked if Gaijin added the F-22 with the AIM-9X and modern AIM-120s. The plan that is outlined so far and what it seems like they're going to do is that they're going to add the F-22, the J-20, and the Su-57 without modern air-to-air weaponry. Then give things like the FA-18 F&E Super Hornet, the Eurofighters, the Rafales, the JAS-39E. They'll give all of these aircraft access to things like the Meteor, more modern AIM-120s, the AIM-9X, Python 4, Python 5, Iris-T, all of those missiles for these aircraft. And then it just kind of becomes a game of how will the stealth compare to these missiles. And that is really up to Gaijin and how they want to end up modeling it. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Do you guys think there's a very real possibility that the F-22 Raptor is dead on arrival? Do you guys think Gaijin's going to butcher the modeling of the stealth capabilities of these 5th generation platforms before they even get added to the game? Do you guys think that the F-22 will receive the most advanced air-to-air missiles right away and Gaijin is just going to say screw it? Anyways, I'm very curious what everyone's thoughts are. Obviously, end of the day, the decision is up to Gaijin. We're still about a year out from when this decision actually will happen. I mean, we're in, March? and we still have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So there's obviously still a very long period of time before they even, have even said that there's a chance we see the F-22 and other aircraft. But let me know your thoughts down below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you guys hit the like button and subscribe. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.